हेलो दोस्तों, मेरा नाम सूरज है और मैं एक विजुअल आर्टिस्ट हूँ. आई बेसिकली ड्रॉ, पेंट, ओके, एंड इलस्ट्रेट. सो दिस वीडियो इज अबाउट character design, making a character from zero to a believable piece where you can convey your ideas, um, and the story through your character, what the character is doing, okay, what the story is about, whether it's a protagonist, antagonist, anything. जो भी तुम्हारा story है, तुम अपने character के जरिए अपने viewer तक पहुंचा सकते हो without you speaking anything about what you have created. Now, any kind of picture making, visual arts, is little tough. The reason is you are trying to mimic the real world, the real 3D world, okay, on a 2D surface of paper. So it's a little difficult. अब डिफिकल्टी सबसे पहले इसलिए आती है क्योंकि द वे यू परसीव द सराउंडिंग अराउंड यू, यू ट्राई टू रेप्लिकेट इट ऑल टुगेदर ऑन द पीस ऑफ पेपर. पूरा का पूरा वैसे ही छापने की कोशिश करते हो लाइक अ प्रिंटर, पर वैसे हम है नहीं, हम प्रिंटर नहीं है, हम कोई मशीन नहीं है. Okay, the human brain is complicated, but what we understand about the brain is that now, since this video is confined till character design, now think about how you start. If you were to draw a character, if you were to draw a person, okay, how will you draw it? Okay, how will you start it? Immediately in your head comes the idea of how to start drawing the head, the torso, the hand, or other parts of the body. पर ऐसा होता नहीं है. जब आप किसी से मिलते हो, वो भी तो एक इंसान है. आपके आसपास जितने लोग होते हैं वो इंसान ही है ना. आप उनके हाथ पैर नोटिस करते हो, उनका बॉडी नोटिस कर रहे हो until you are okay, but ऐसा होता नहीं है ना. you're not doing that. you are noticing their vibe. vibe क्या होता है basically? vibe is how they react to what you say, how they behave around you, what their actions are, okay, how they are expressing themselves out there, whatever their thought are, how they are speaking. Because if you look at me, I am a character in front of you in your cell phone, on your screen, if you're watching it in your cell phone. So while speaking, I am using my hands. This is my gesture. Okay, this is usually when I communicate with someone, this is how I do. Okay, if I'm explaining something to someone, this is how I do. So this characteristic of mine is imbibing a life within me. ठीक है. So if I have to draw someone, okay, I'm not going to observe the intricacies of their body parts. I'm not going to draw and notice their face, notice their arms, notice their torso, and draw it one by one. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to understand the pose, the gesture. Gesture is the most important thing. I'll tell you what it is. Gesture is basically uh, drawing the pose of a character without any kind of details, just by very rough and dirty lines. Okay, so just in case you want to know what is the kind of paper that I use for drawing, it's full imperial sheet of paper. Okay, the reason of using this big paper is because I want to come out of the habit of using my wrists, because since the eternity when we were kids, we were taught to write. And when we were writing, we were actually using our wrists. Okay. We were not using our elbows and shoulders. But when you use a paper like this, okay, we are forced to use our shoulder. Okay. If it's a big canvas, then you paint and draw like this. Now, from exam point of view, obviously, you have to execute it on a smaller piece of paper, but it's good to have the power, have the superpower, and control it instead of not having it. So, I'll show you how you know, draw gestures for a character. Okay. Now, see, I'm using a marker because I want to capture this in the camera. So let's say somebody is running. Okay. So these are warm-up sketches. So the first sketches are, of course, many a times they're bad. So these, just forgive me if they are bad. Eventually, I know, okay, it will be better. ठीक है? Oh, so you can see what is happening, right? This guy is running with a ball in his feet. I like to play football. So, okay. You can see how dirty this drawing is. Okay. But the point is, it's giving you the essence of the pose. Okay. For example, ठीक है, this drawing number one. Now something else. Maybe, let's say this. I really hope this has been captured. तो क्या ही point है भाई. ठीक है, this or this. Okay. Or something else. Let me think of. And again, these drawings are done right out of my head. Okay. I am not taking any kind of reference for this. So let me see. Now you can see these are not quality drawings. These are really, the lines are bad, but these drawings are expressing themselves, right? These drawings are telling you what is happening in the story. ठीक है? Again, this I'm using just a chisel marker. ठीक है? What else? See this. Okay, I don't know what is this, but this gesture is pretty much clear. ठीक है? Or something like this. ठीक है? Now, what's the point of these gestures? By the way, I'll be putting these drawings in the drive, and I'll put the link in the description. Okay, so what's the point of these drawings? These drawings are not meant to be very nice looking, aesthetically pleasing drawings. These drawings are the drawings where you ideate, ideate about who these people are, what these people are doing. Okay, and if you see these drawings, like if you look at this drawing, you won't find any kind of symbol or any kind of detail that tells you about the age or gender of this character. These are just random lines, but these drawings are telling you the story. This guy is jumping, this guy is annoyed and walking away, this guy is frightened, okay, this guy is looking at someone, okay, this guy is happy, satisfied, and moving ahead. Similarly, this guy is sitting on a stool. So this guy, of course, he's running with a football. The football might be a little too big. I'll fix it. But okay, ठीक है. Done. ठीक है. The point of these drawings is that you can ideate properly. You can come up with your story, what you have to do. Because see, the dilemma of creating visuals is that you are messed up between two questions: how to draw and what to draw. When you are deciding what to draw, you don't have to care about things like how to draw. How to execute should not be the question at all, or else your brain is going to be messed up. Okay, it's a poor thing, let it breathe. Okay, so figure out what you want to draw first. Later, how you draw it basically. So you see, I demonstrated that these things can be done really quickly. So within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can come up with your ideas, 2 to 3 ideas, sketch it down with all these bad drawings. But then this is not at the end of the story. You are not going to end up here, right? You have to draw a certain, believable figure, okay, so that your viewers, they know, okay, what the story is, along with all the details. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'll draw a basketball player. Okay, maybe dribbling. So what I'll do, I'll use the pink marker to do my gesture, and I'll then put the details with my black one. Okay, so okay. So maybe he has given a faint. Okay. So roughly, like, I have drawn something like this. Now let's put the skin on this. I'll make a separate video on how to come up with you know uh, the skin of the character. Skin, I'm using the term because the people who have played PUBG or other games, they know what skin is. Basically, the skeleton is this. This is the pose. This is the essence of the action. Okay, इसके ऊपर तुम सारे details डाल देते हो. इसके ऊपर कुछ भी आ सकता है. She can be a girl, it can be a guy, it can be a tall person, a tall guy, a short guy, anyone. Okay, but ठीक है. I'll just make a simple looking, okay, character who is playing basketball. above this. Two, surfaces meet, you can see a dark line over there, literally a black line over there between these two hands. Okay, so just mimic the reality. ठीक है, तो जैसे ये वाला मैं पैर बना रहा हूं, ठीक है, तो यहां पे I'll put a dark line. Now see here, I'll put a darker line over here between you know the jersey and the shorts. Now, ठीक है, I'll draw stylized shoes. अब देखो ये वीडियो ही मैं बना रहा हूँ, शायद 25 मिनट की बन जाएगी, पर काफी सारा एक्सप्लेनेशन इस वीडियो में जा रहा है. दैट इज वाई आई एम टेकिंग टू मच टाइम. दिस इज नॉट दैट टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. ओके, इट कैन बी डन इजीली. Okay, the reason I can do it easily is because I'm breaking the process down. I'm not thinking of how to draw and what to draw at the same time. with really rough, drawings, do your thumbnails. And once you are clear once you are clear what to draw, just, you know, focus on how to draw, and that's it. So, okay, wait. It's a basketball, right? So it should look like this. एक कॉन्टैक्ट शेडो यहाँ पे भी है ना. तो अब देखो, you have basically, basketball player. ठीक है. कुछ और है कि अच्छा यहाँ पे कुछ पसीने वसीने डाल सकते हो. And always, like, never draw your characters in ambiguity in space. जहाँ पे भी उसके पैर है ना, just draw 2 lines, 2 3 lines near it. Okay, it will give a sense of ground. Okay, he's probably dodging someone, but okay, I'll make one more video on creating a character's feature. Okay, these things are features. This video is totally focused on gesture drawing. So let me go into the jargons of gesture. क्योंकि देखो, तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए. रफली तुम कुछ भी बना दोगे और वो इतना इफेक्टिव नहीं हो रहा, तो फिर तुम सोचोगे कि यार क्या इजी का इस वीडियो से. So gesture is not only drawing rough lines. The point is, you're not focusing on your lines, you're focusing on controlling the flow of lines. Okay, so there is, basically there are 3 types of lines. There's a straight line, there's a this type of curve, C curve, and there's a S curve. Okay, if you look at the drawing that I did, okay, the drawing is having an S curve. Cool. So it is having that S curve. Anything that is straight or which is symmetric is boring. Okay, so always try to have curves in your gestures, curves in the arrangements of the elements that are in your space, because when 2 to 3 elements are arranged together by the principle of proximity, they create a line, a flow. Okay, for example, I'll show you. अगर मान लो एक arbitrary space में एक sphere है, एक triangle है, एक ये square है और ये triangle है और एक random shape है ऐसे. ठीक है, तो even though I have just randomly drawn these shapes, I don't know whether you can see it, but yeah, even though I have randomly drawn these shapes, you can still see this line over there, which is an invisible line connecting to them. ठीक है. Same thing is with the elements of your human body also. So when we are drawing the gestures, we basically we are just creating that curve according to the action, according to the pose of the character. Okay, and that curve is created by the proximity of your different body parts. जैसे head है, head एक circle है. So if this is a circle, अबे यार ये बार मैं क्यों use कर रहा हूँ. Okay, if let's say you have a circle like this, you have a torso like this, then you have 2 legs. ठीक है, you have arms. Let's draw the Vitruvian man. Okay, and he's happy. So what are the points from where your body is bending? This is one point, this is one, this is one, this torso itself is one, this is one, this is another, this is another. I'm not even naming the body parts which are bending, but you are also a human being, so right? So you have to bend these body parts. Okay, keeping in mind the pose of the character. The best way is to mimic the action. I understand that if the action is a little bit difficult, like a back flip, or a bicycle kick in football, it is very difficult to do it, but try to do it. Try to do it, don't fall. Just initiate that action. I'm not saying to complete the action. And notice what are the body parts inside you which are moving. Okay, what are the joints that are moving? So let's see, let's make a person kicking a football. So see this. I'm using this, you know, pink color marker. Yeah, I actually messed up with the hands, but okay. This hand will come there, opposite hoga, because when we walk, or the one hand which goes, behind, the same leg comes ahead. So this is wrong, this is wrong, these two hands are right, the new hand. So this is where you can fix your drawings, right? When you have to, if you make any mistake, this is the place where you can make mistakes and you can afford to make mistakes. So here, you can put the ball. You can see that there's a nice subtle C curve. Okay, here. Let's try another pose. Okay, let's say that somebody is, you know, walking without making noise. It's very tough. So, ठीक है. Always I'm imagining that how will I do if I have to do that? है ना? I hope this is captured. ठीक है. You can see this, right? There's a subtle, not, there's an S curve like this. Okay, I'll use a pencil and I'll show you the curve. So here's the curve. अरे यार गंदा पेंसिल था ये. ठीक है, dark pencil. Here's the curve. ठीक है. So if you can create that flow, if you can control that energy with all the bad lines, you don't have to draw good lines. Just forget about those things right now, about good drawings. Okay, just control that flow, understand the pose. What are the body parts that are moving when I'm doing this? See this, the shoulder is coming up. How can I translate it on the paper? Okay, I'll use a black marker here. Okay, yeah, this is my shoulder. Okay, just draw it roughly, है ना? So, and you can reduce the amount of lines also. You can just make, I won't use the word stick figure because stick figure means you're making it stiff. Okay, so instead of you making a stiff figure, if you can just, he's really happy, this guy. La 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 la, ये वाला feeling है. So, yeah. और कुछ तो लेके जा रहा है मस्त घर पे. ठीक है, something like this. Okay, less amount of lines but effective. The poses should be there. Okay, this I'll tell you in the next video. And am I missing something? I'll do a quick summary of this. Okay, इतना बड़ा paper use करो. फिर एल्बो से ड्रॉ करना चालू कर दोगे, ठीक है। हाउ टू डू दिस? ए, फिगर आउट द जॉइंट्स ऑफ द ह्यूमन बॉडी, कहाँ से चीजें मुड़ रही हैं, ओके। एंड व्हाट इज द पोज? द पोज, नाउ फ्रॉम वेयर यू डिसाइड व्हाट द पोज इज, यू have to ask yourself what this person is doing. And remember, a very simple action, okay, like drinking water, okay, is a very simple action. Even that is a story. It's a profound story. People can drink water in 1000 ways. I can drink water in a cup, I can drink water in a bowl, or I can just drink water with my hands, okay. And what is the condition of that person, how thirsty that person is, ठीक है, कहाँ से आ रहा है वो, all these things you get a chance to explore and think when you are drawing shitty lines, shitty drawings, okay. But you are just taking care of the action, taking care of the pose. So you get a chance to think about the story, and you often stumble at the idea ki how shall I look unique in my answers. The idea is to think about the story. Nobody does that, because the first idea of the first thought that comes in our mind when we look at all these questions that you have to draw the human figure, the first horrifying question is how to do it, okay. The answer is start with the gesture. Draw from life, draw from images, internet. Pause the movie you are watching, draw that, okay, and do it quickly. The idea is to do it in as less time as possible, because as you can see, the drawing is not as important here as it is in the final steps. But see, again, we are breaking the process. We are not directly making the final drawing. We are just starting it from the gesture, okay, doing it from the gesture. Once we are aware of the pose, then we build up on that. Then we tell the story, like the previous drawing that I did of the basketball player, which team he belongs to. I will design the jersey like that. Anyways, these are the things that you need to take care quickly. Again, figure out the joints, figure out the pose, how the pose I just told you, what pose I just told you how to do that. And once you figure out the pose, what is he doing? Let's say he's drinking water. So try to do that, try to do yourself, and feel inside you. Don't think about something else. Feel inside you what are the changes in the body, what are the joints that are moving, okay. Just try to move that joints, okay, in your rough ganda sa drawing, ठीक है. So, and one more tip, always draw front 3/4. Never draw you know passport, or you see, yeah, passport angle photo or back view of the photo. Never do all those things. Always see, he's really thirsty. So he's so thirsty that, like, okay, he's bent up, okay, through the knee, and somebody is pouring water. And with all ganda ganda lines, I'm, you know, okay. So this is how, usually all the, people who do illustrations and all, they ideate, okay. This is because this is not the final drawing that we are going to do. We are going to show it to someone. This is, and I hate to do this online, because People are going to judge me. But see, this is how we start. Okay. So I was trying to show about this pose. Okay. Again, this might not be the best pose. Okay. uh, if you see the center of mass is here, it is here, it is, he can topple, so you can come again and you can push the, you know, legs a little ahead further. But again, see, this is where you start. Do this with 2B pencil so that you can erase it really nicely, and you can draw over this. Okay. Have I missed something? See, when I teach like this, I'm not teaching actually, but when I record myself, I'm always conscious कि shit यार, people will see me. थोड़ा सा कैमरा शाही तो हूँ. I'm sorry for drawing these shitty drawings online, but you might think that, you know, the pretty drawings like the previous one that I did, okay, comes right from the thin air like Kim Jong-il does. No, it doesn't. Okay. So we're not Kim Jong-il, right? Okay. So I hope you like this video, and if if this video gets nice reach, I'm going to create a sequel to this where I teach how to put the skin properly on this gesture. Okay, everything else is about the skin. Okay, and yeah, follow me on Instagram. It's in the description. That'll help me, and also feel free to join our Telegram group. A lot of like-minded people like you are there, and it's better to be a part of a community and do your preparation because you have a lot of help. Okay. So yeah, thank you. Like this video, share and subscribe. Okay, bye.